Hi, my lesson is on pumpkins for the theme, and it's on health, Wisconsin Standard 71A, promoting healthy eating for the benefit of our health. Good for kindergarten to first grade. And the objective is the students will be able to identify the parts of a pumpkin and the parts of our body that benefit from eating pumpkins, cooked pumpkins, and pumpkin seeds. Um, I would direct for the instruction, I would direct the students to the carpet for carpet time. And I'd say, remember yesterday when we read about the pumpkins, the pumpkin circle, and the story of a garden? And we sang our Itsy Bitsy Pumpkin song. Well, you did so well. Let's sing that song again. So, the Itsy Bitsy Pumpkin, it's kind of like the Itsy Bitsy Spider song. And today we are going to have another book for our read aloud time. One, two, three, eyes on me. And I begin reading The Life Cycle of a Pumpkin. And the story talks about the pumpkin, the seed, the seed is planted, seedlings, the vine. For the curly vine, we could make curly circles. The flower, we could pretend we're blooming and opening, blossoming like a flower. A little bit about the bees that pollinate the flower. So we'll talk. I'd like to focus more on the inside of the pumpkin, the pulp and the seeds. This is the fiber. Miss Jennifer has the FIED for this lesson, and one of her activities is being in the pumpkin patch. Excuse me. And particularly on this page, when I get to this one, people cook pumpkins and use the pulp to make pumpkin pie, cookies, soup, and bread. Some pumpkins are even given to farm animals. And so then, after our read aloud time, let's stand up. We could even do let's grow, grow, grow like a pumpkin, round, round, round. And I've got something exciting in the back. A table will be set up with a sheet covering it. Let's go back to the table on both sides of it. I'll be in the center, and I will have a pumpkin there, and a real pumpkin, and I'll have it pre-cut. I will lift the lid. Here's the pumpkin. I'll lift with the stem and show it to the students, the pumpkin. They will see it, they will smell it, and you will be invited to touch it if you would like when I start scooping it out onto the newspaper. And there will be dry seeds for those who don't like to feel the squishy pulp or get your hands or fingers wet. And while I'm scooping, we'll be talking about the benefits of eating pumpkin, the foods that come from pumpkin, the parts of a pumpkin, and I will have pumpkin pancakes when they're done for them to taste, and dry pumpkin seeds. I'll have a can of pumpkin in the classroom for them, and I will talk about the parts of our body that benefit. It's good for our circulation, for our blood circulating in our body. It's good for our heart pumping. Lungs, take a big deep breath. Yes, eating pumpkins is good for our health. It's good for our bodies. And share with a partner. What are the parts of a pumpkin? Okay. Now share with someone across the table from you what parts of our body benefit from eating a pumpkin. Um, when it comes to reading this word circulation, of course, it's a big word. I would, of course, slow it down a little. Circulation. And make sure that they can say that big vocabulary word. For a final assessment, I would ask some questions. I'll call on you for identifying the parts of the pumpkin, the pulp, the seeds, the stem. And later for an art activity, we will make your own pumpkin. They will be pressing orange Play-Doh and a stem on it. And they will be pressing seeds and pulp into the center, just like they saw for this lesson. That'll be for the art activity later. So, I'd say later on in the day, we will have a lesson, an art lesson, and we will make our pumpkin. And also later in the day will be your Phi Ed activity on pumpkins as the theme with Miss Jennifer. And it seems like there was something else I was going to say. I could have magazine pictures of food that comes from pumpkins on a station in the room for when there's free time or indoor recess. And I could have an activity sheet to take home if they'd like to color. And they would not be required to bring it back, but to continue and extend the learning on pumpkins for our theme, our unit. And one more thing I think I was going to add here. For my reflection, I would decide whether the read aloud should be one lesson for one day and the table with observing, investigating, and the sensory experience of the pumpkin being opened in front of them. I would decide if that should be its own lesson for another time. And I'm trying to make sure I don't forget something here. Well, I think that's it. Maybe I will be forgetting something, but I can't remember it if it is whatever that half thought was. So in the end, I would like the students to demonstrate that they can identify the parts of a pumpkin and the parts of our body that benefit from eating healthy food like pumpkins. Thank you.